Hi everyone, welcome back to Chido Starts Up. I'm Chido and this is my sister.
Hi.
If this is your first time on Chido Starts Up, thank you for joining us. Please make sure you click the subscribe button. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm so excited about today's video. I'm doing a vlog to China Mall. My sister and I have come to China Mall for like personal items, but I also just thought that would be a great opportunity to do a video on kind of like the business model of China Mall and how it works out, because it's actually one of the most busiest malls like in the city of Johannesburg. So yeah, we just arrived at China Mall and we're about to go in. So yeah, follow us as we go through China Mall.
Bye.
So right now we've stopped at a service station and we're just getting some fuel before we go on China Mall. So this China Mall that my sister and I have come to today is one of 3 in a portfolio by the China Mall Group. So they actually have a website which you can check out. They've got 2 malls in Johannesburg and 1 mall in Durban. But this area is kind of like an industrial type of area. There are a lot of warehouses that do sell similar goods. This China Mall that we've come to is more consumer friendly, more retail friendly, whereas in this area there's also Dragon City, China City, which are more wholesale friendly, so for people who really want to buy a lot of goods to go and resell elsewhere. I know, like, even with my relatives, when they come to Joburg, we have to come to China Mall. It's like they're not even really interested in going to any of the other mainstream malls, and usually they want to come for like 2 days. So one day to come to China Mall to like buy stuff that they're going to sell back home, and the other day, like when they have leftover money, to come and actually buy stuff for themselves. And as I said, my sister and I are buying stuff for ourselves today. So yes, this video is just going to kind of focus on the 5 P's of like business. So product, place, price, promotion, and people. We're kind of going to analyze those things in relation to China Mall to try and understand how it has succeeded over all these years. As I said, it was started in 2003, so it's been around for a really, really long time, and it's always packed. So yeah, before I bore you with any more speaking, let's go into China Mall. So I actually couldn't finish my vlog at China Mall. It was too crowded and too loud, and I just thought it might be a bit of a waste for me to try and speak over all the noise. So we're going to finish it here in my young home studio. So as I said, we're going to speak about the 5 P's of business: people, place, promotion, price, and product. So let's start with the first one. The first P I'll discuss is place. Location is very important when you're trying to decide where you're going to sell your goods and your services. Mostly your goods in the case of China Mall. China Mall is located on a huge space of land. This is important because they have a lot of tenants, and these tenants have shipping containers that come in with their stock from China, Dubai, and other places where their suppliers originate. China Mall is in the middle of an industrial hub. It almost looks like an industrial special economic zone within Johannesburg. There are many other warehouses that sell other types of goods from other types of suppliers. This is important because it enables your customers to find you easily. So whether you're having a customer who's just looking for furniture, they'll be in the area and they'll find you because you're also selling where your competitors are. Yes, there is a bit of a risk that since you're where your competitors are, then you might lose customers to that. But a lot of the time, if a customer is unhappy with a competitor, they'll look elsewhere, and if they can find you nearby, then you'll probably get that client. I think that one of the most important aspects about China Mall's location is that it is about 15 minutes away from Park Station, the bus station, and the train station as well. So whether their clients are coming from other provinces like the Eastern Cape, the Northern Cape, or coming from other countries altogether like Mozambique, Botswana, and Zimbabwe, they're able to catch a bus, get into Johannesburg, go for 15 minutes to China Mall, stock up, catch one of the trucks that is always nearby to take them back to the bus station with their stock, and they can catch the bus back home. Essentially, you can do everything you need to do in a day, and you can get back on the bus and start selling back home. So China Mall has really managed to make sure that they're meeting their clientele's demographic where it's most convenient for them. Being in the same area as other China malls may be an issue when it comes to competition, but at least people know that whenever they need a good bargain and they're looking for many goods of all types, they're just going to go to Joburg South. The next P I'm going to speak about is people, and I think that this comes naturally from place. So because China Mall is in Africa, where majority of the population are Africans and where majority of the clientele are Africans, they could not make it without hiring Africans. When you go to China Mall, you notice a lot that a lot of the shop owners are maybe from Asia or from the countries where they originate from, but a lot of the shop attendants, the people that you actually interact with, are Africans. Either they can speak a vernacular language or they're able to communicate in English way better than the shop owners. This is to enable the shop to not lose out on the issues of language barrier. Some shop owners are not confident enough to speak directly to clients, or the mere fact that there's so many clients overwhelms them, so they become unable to control the shop and just kind of make sure that, everything is under control. Remember, because there's so many people at China Mall, it's easy for people to manipulate opportunities to steal. So you always need someone who is kind of watching the way that the shop is being run. I have tried to interact with some shop owners, and yes, they do answer a question politely, but then they usually direct me straight to one of the shop attendants who I can have like a long conversation with about many things to do with the shop. One of the most important things is that these shop attendants don't have casual discussions with you. It's strictly business. Either you're going to buy or you're not going to buy. And if you're not going to buy, they're going to move on to the next client. I am very passionate about localizing content and localizing experiences, especially as a business owner. So I really respect that, China Mall shop owners give their attendants that independence to interact with customers by themselves and ensure that the sale goes through. This requires a high level of trust, and you can only have a high level of trust when you have good people skills. I'm not exactly sure of the dynamics between the shop owners and the shop attendants. That's something that I've never really looked into, but looking at it overall, I think the success of China Mall also comes from the fact that it's a mixture of cultures, a mixture of experiences that come to making a business work. You have the Chinese shop owner or the Asian shop owner who is sourcing the stock and coming and bring it to South Africa to sell, and then you have the shop attendants who can speak to the clients directly and ensure that the sale goes through. The next P I'm going to discuss is product. A lot of products in China Mall are identical. Okay, let me not say identical, but they're very similar. So how do these businesses still manage to be successful and still manage to rent out that space and sell? Especially because literally you can walk 2 steps and you'll find the exact same goods. Well, one of the things that I actually found when I was reading up on China Mall is that a lot of the suppliers get their goods from different types of suppliers out of the country. So you might find that you may have about 10 shops that source their goods from China, but they're getting it from different types of suppliers. So there's some sort of differentiation and variation in the goods that they're selling. This enables them to have some sort of competitive advantage. So you'll see in China Mall that there's some stores that are dedicated to dresses only, and they make sure that they provide dresses of all kinds, casual dresses, formal dresses, wedding dresses, but they're all about dresses, and they kind of gain that competitive advantage for people who are just looking for dresses. You also have people that do the same with electronics, and they do the same with shoes and suits. But I think the people that really struggle are people who sell makeup or cosmetic goods, because a lot of these goods are very similar. Lipstick is lipstick, eyeliner is eyeliner. And what I've noticed is that when I go to China Mall, I go to my trusted, cosmetics shop. There are a lot of them, but I don't know why I go to that one. I think I just go to it because I found it first, and I think that's kind of like the fickleness of selling similar goods in a place like China Mall. The fact that it actually doesn't take much for a client to become loyal to you, or for a client to actually become disloyal and start going to someone else. Another thing around product is that when you go to China Mall, it's more of an experience. You're not going to go into the first shop that you get into and buy exactly that, unless you're really pressed for time. You're going to find what you're looking for in one shop. Ask for the price. At China Mall they don't really negotiate, by the way, so don't try that. Ask for the price. If you're not really happy with the price, you'll try find another shop that is selling a similar good. If the price is the same, you'll probably buy the second shop because you're not going to walk all the way back to the first shop. But if the price at the second shop is slightly cheaper, or maybe they have other goods that attract you to it, so maybe you wanted to buy a dress, and then in this shop you find that there's a dress and a belt, then you're probably going to buy from place with the dress and the belt. So I think a lot of what goes on with selling products in China Mall also has to do with strategy, and also has to go with a bit of differentiation. So you have to ensure that your shop is offering a better experience. One of my favorite shops in China Mall, I always go to. It's actually the first shop that I go into. As soon as I walk into the entrance, I go straight to that shop to see what new stock they have before I actually go and look at other stuff. It's called 90 Degrees. Again, I'll also put the link to their Facebook page in the description box below. But they offer an amazing experience. One, the shop is just like beautifully designed. It's very clean, and I kind of enjoy it. I mean, I've spoken to the owner a couple of times, and she's a very lovely lady. And I also think that kind of customer experience really helps to make me a loyal customer. Even though I don't go to China Mall like all the time, I know that products from that store are always going to be quality, and they're not quality because I've bought all of the products and I've tried them. They're quality because of the experience that I've had going there, and just kind of the way I feel, when I walk into 90 Degrees. So I think that is one of the most important things about making sure that your product in a very crowded mall succeeds. Yes, I do believe that a lot of the shops at China Mall are making money and they're still profitable. I mean, they're still here to this day. But I always believe that there's another way to get that, that edge over the other stores in the mall. The next P I'm going to speak about is price. Everybody knows that when you go to China Mall, you are going to get a bargain. You're going to find really lovely goods for a very affordable price. And a lot of the time, you're going to be tempted to buy in bulk or to buy things you hadn't planned to buy. Again, I think that the reason why price is so low is because of kind of like the internal market conditions. So because there's so many suppliers, the price is driven down, and when price is down, demand is high and attracts people to come and buy some more. I also believe that the price is low because a lot of people buy in bulk. So when you have people buying in bulk, you manage to, improve your profit margins way faster, and then you don't really need to charge a high price for your goods. The other reason why price is low, and this is probably the main reason, I should have probably mentioned this first, is because these goods are not coming from countries where it costs a lot of money to make them. They're coming from countries where they are really, really low cost to importing them and bringing them to Africa. These shop owners are able to source affordable goods, import them into South Africa, sell them, make a profit, and repeat the process again and again and again. This has really become their main business, and a lot of the businesses are actually family businesses, and they follow the same type of business model. I think it's one of those things where if a shop tried to raise their prices to maybe make more profits, they'd probably lose clients. Again, because there's so many suppliers and so many competitors in the same space, it actually won't take much for the client to just leave your shop, go to another one, find the good they want, purchase, and leave. I also believe that China Mall has gained a reputation for offering bargains and affordable goods. So much so that it would be very difficult for them to try change away from that. And I actually don't really think they need to. I think this is also one of the difficulties around China Mall expanding into other areas where people usually buy goods that cost way more than the goods that are at China Mall. I think it would be difficult for them to really compete and to also, gain that reputation that even though their goods are affordable, if not cheap, they're still good quality. The last P I'll discuss is promotion. Also mixed with a bit of packaging because I didn't really think that we need to speak much on it. Actually, let me speak on it now. At China Mall, the packaging is very basic. You buy your good, they put it in a plastic, a black one, a blue one, a very basic plastic bag, and then you leave. Very few shops at China Mall actually have branded plastic bags. And the ones with branded plastic bags are my personal favorites because of just the types of goods that they sell. But I think it also helps to establish their brand in China Mall. So kind of moving on to promotion. You also notice in China Mall that a lot of the shops, some of them don't really have store signs, or some of the store signs are not that attractive. They just have the name, or they have the types of goods that they sell, like cell phones and chargers here, things like that. And I think it's because they don't really find the need to advertise. So because the China Mall establishment attracts so many clients like on a day-to-day and week-by-week basis, they don't actually need to do external advertising and really brand, because you're always going to get people walking through and kind of seeing your goods and finding them. Even if someone doesn't buy them today, they'll now know that there's a shop in China Mall that sells chargers and really nice phone covers, and when I have the money or when I maybe want to buy one for like a friend, I can always go back there, I know where to find it, and I'll get it. When it comes to the promotion of China Mall as a whole, I have personally never seen a China Mall advert. You can let me know if you've seen a China Mall advert. Let me know in the comments below. And I think this is because I'm actually not their target market. I don't buy goods in bulk, and I don't buy goods to go sell elsewhere, so they don't really need to use money to come and advertise to me, because when I go, I buy one or two few things and then I leave, and then the next time I go is in like months and months and months. But when it comes to like their loyal clients, I know that they advertise. And I know this because, again, I was dropping a relative off at the park station when it was time for her to go back home, and I actually saw a China Mall advert at the park station. When I saw that advert, it made a lot of sense to me, because it's like, this is actually where the target market are. These are a lot of people that are in and out of the city using buses and other forms of public transport. They're also people who may not have a lot of disposable income, so the price of China Mall goods really works for their budgets. One thing I have learned from the way that China Mall promotes itself or doesn't promote itself is that you have to be very intentional and actually understand what would work best for your business. If you're in a space that attracts a lot of clients and you actually don't have a lot of money to be using on advertising, I think making your store experience great is actually the best way to ensure that you get loyal customers and repeat customers. If you know that your clients are in and out of park station, that is like your gold mine, that's the place to go and market. It doesn't really make sense for you to market online when you don't have an online business, like most shops in China Mall. It also doesn't really make sense for you to market to people who may perceive your goods in a certain way. So as I said before, there's some people who may think that because the goods at China Mall are so affordable, if not cheap, that they're probably like low quality and they don't work and they break all the time. It doesn't make sense to try and convert those people, because they already have a perception about the types of goods that you sell. But if you have people who you fit into their budget, into their disposable income brackets, and you're able to reach them, they're people that even work in the area where you operate, those are the people to market to. And those are the people that you ensure that you get them to come to your shops, buy in bulk, even buy small, but buy frequently. That is how your business will survive in that type of environment. I'm someone who's really interested in like international trade and the way that businesses kind of operate in Africa with people who are not Africans. So Africa-China trade and Africa-China business relations is something that's really interesting to me. I think that, as like young people, we actually have to understand these businesses and these settings, because these are the things that we're going to inherit when we're leaders of our nations. Even though I didn't cover like the full complexity of the China Mall business, because I only see it from the consumer's perspective, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed shooting it and kind of learning more about the business through reading and engaging with like different types of people. So please make sure that you leave your comments in the comment section below, like, share, and subscribe to Shilo Starts Up. I cannot wait to see you next time. Have a good one.